you guys, and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do a sweet Valentine's Day candle. I'm just going to attach my wick here. I'm just going to do that with my glue gun. Just put it right there in the center. There we go. Just going to stabilize the wick. Okay, you guys, so I have already prepared some wax here. This is a pillar wax which I have already colored, which is in the pot here. However, we are going to do a first pouring, and we're going to do a little bit of red in the bottom of the glass, and for that we're going to use a different kind of wax. We're going to use a container wax. Just going to grab it. Here we go. So our container wax is basically, what I'm using is a coconut soy wax. It's one of my favorite waxes to work with, especially when it comes to whipping the wax. It just gives a really nice finish, and thanks to the coconut wax, to be honest, in it. I've used to work with soy only, but this blend is just divine. I love it. So I'm just going to grab my molds here. I'm just going to put them up here. So what we're going to do, we're going to measure out our wax. Just gonna grab my scale here. There we go. I'm gonna grab another pot. Okay, so I already had a little bit of wax. It's a container wax in this pot. We can use it. So we don't have much in there, so it's okay. I'm just going to weigh out 38 instead of 40. We're just going to do it for the bottom. There we go. Perfect. So now that this is weighed out, we can melt it, and we're going to melt it to 71 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius, and 160 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? Okay, you guys, so now that our wax is melted, there we go. Now we have to color it. So I'm going to grab my granules here. I have these red granules. I prefer to use granules because I find it easier to dose them. There are also liquid colors. I just think this is a better way to do it. So I'm just going to squash a little bit of red in there. I'm going to want it to be quite red, you guys. Okay. So I'm giving it a good stir. We're going to have to color test the color, of course, as it might seem very red in the pot, but then once you actually put it down on a paper plate and it starts to set, you can actually see that the color kind of changes quite a lot. So you want to kind of color test your colors always, okay? So I'm just going to test it now, just to see how it looks. It's quite red. However, I'm just going to give it just a little bit more, just to be sure that when it does set, it's going to be okay. So let's just chip off a little bit here. There we go. All right. Just gonna give it a good stir here. We can take away this one. I'm just gonna put this aside. So we're going to grab our glass here, and I'm going to grab my heat gun. I'm going to heat the glass a little bit because it's very cold and I don't want to shock the wax too much. That's one way of avoiding too much frosting on the glass. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm just going to give it another stir here, just a little bit. just to make sure it's well incorporated, the color. Now at this stage, usually you would scent your candle if you want to scent it. However, I do have videos on that where I'm actually scenting, so you can have a look at my channel. This time I'm not scenting, of course. Just gonna pour this into the center here, just to give that beautiful red layer there. Oh, I love this color. No, red is a really nice color. I really love it, to be honest. But then again, my favorite color was always blue. And that never really changed, but red is also a really nice color. There we go. All right, you guys, so what we're going to do now is that we're going to leave the candle set over here. In the meantime, what we can do is we can start preparing for our decoration here. And for our decoration, we're going to use a different type of wax, which I've already prepared over here. It's a pillow wax, which I've already colored, like I did with this wax. However, this wax, we need to heat it to 73 degrees Celsius, and that will be in Fahrenheit, 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so I'm just going to put this over for melting. Okay, you guys have melted the wax here, as you can see. So we're going to fill into our molds here. I'm not going to fill these up all the way, just to give it a little, just to give that heart shape. And we have a rose here as well, a pair of lips, and some hearts, of course. So let's just start. Just start with the lips. I've never really tried these lips before. I just got the mold now. So. There we go. They're setting quite fast here. So you can see it's so easy just to scrape it a bit here. I'm going to clean it up afterwards. Now, as you can see, I have some colored, brown colored pillow wax here. I'm going to melt this one as well. I might add a little bit more color to it because I want to color it a little bit more darker. And we're going to make like these little chocolate ones, because how can we not do chocolate for Valentine's Day? Come on. Okay, you guys, we love that, right? Okay, you guys, so I'm just going to remove this pot. I'm going to grab a new pot. There we go. Just gonna put that one in there, and we are going to melt it to the same temperature, 73 degrees Celsius, and that's 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. Okay, you guys, so I've melted my wax here, but I'm going to grab my brown granules here, and I'm going to add just a few in there, just like that. That will be enough. Since we already had quite a lot of color in it, I'm just gonna grab a spoon here. Let's give it a good stir. Just gonna prepare our little pieces of chocolate here. Just make sure everything is well incorporated. Perfect, there we go. All right, let's pour into our mold. There we go. All right, perfect. There we go, you guys. So now we're just going to leave that set. I think everything is slowly setting here. Just going to leave it just a little bit longer. We don't want to break anything. And then we get back to it. Okay, you guys, so I think we can demold our molds here. I think they are ready. Let's just start with our little chocolates here. No worries if they break, they look really nice. Even sometimes I would break them into smaller pieces. Really cute. Just gonna chip off the excess here. How cute is that? They're actually really cute, these lips. Oh, nice. Really cute. I like this mold. Very detailed. So sweet. As you can see, you don't have to do it all the way down. Just the surface. There we go. Okay, perfect, you guys. So let's just move our decorations here. Just gonna move them on the side. So I'm just going to grab my pot here, and I'm going to grab my scale. As now, as you can see, it has set very well. So now we are going to do the whipping wax. We're going to do a white whipping wax. So for the whipping wax, it's a different wax, of course. It's the coconut and soy wax. Absolutely gorgeous wax to do whipping on. It's absolutely, the finish is gorgeous. So definitely recommending a blend of coconut and soy. I'm just going to weigh off approximately 90 grams of wax here. A little bit too much. There we go. 90 grams, that would be 3.17 ounces. So we're just going to melt this. However, we're going to melt it on a lower temperature. We're going to melt it to 70 degrees Celsius. That would be approximately 160 degrees Fahrenheit. As you know from the previous pillar wax, we melted it a bit higher. However, when it comes to this wax, it's a bit less. You need to keep in mind your brand as well. But also the brand, depends your brand, how you have to treat your wax. So please look into that first as well. Okay, so let's just warm it up here and melt it. Okay, you guys, so now that we have melted our wax here, what we are going to do for the whipping wax, we are going to actually leave it here to cool. Just going to remove this one. We don't need it. Just going to add my spoon here. So we're going to leave it cool until it becomes opaque and quite paste-ish in the consistency, like a puree. And then we can start whipping it with our hand mixer. Okay, so for the moment, let's just leave the wax. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep on stirring on with it. I'm just going to keep on stirring the wax every 5 minutes. And yeah, then we're just going to get back to it, and I will show you guys how it looks once it's ready to get whipped. Okay, you guys, as you can see, our wax here is setting quite well. It's quite opaque. I'm just going to give it a whip here. It's becoming very thick and opaque. It's at a stage where we can whip it. I'm just going to grab my hand mixer. There we go, you guys. It's ready. I'm just going to grab my piping bag. There we go. And my spoon here. So what we are going to do, I'm just going to heat my spoon just a little bit. I don't want to shock the wax as it's too cold at this point. I'm just going to scrape the edges. Just gonna hold my nozzle here as well. I don't want it to set inside my nozzle. So what we're going to do, I'm just gonna hold it here in my hand just to warm it up just a little bit. Just going to add a little bit into our candle here. Just add a pair of lips. Do a big heart. There we go. Between here we can add some chocolate. There we go. Not always easy, you guys. What you need. You can always take our wax here, just stabilize things. Just a little bit. The back. There we go. Perfect. I'm just going to do another heart over here. That's cute. Perfect. So now let's just pipe in our glass here. There we go. There we go. The next one. Make sure you have enough wax around the wick. Always like to make sure that I have everything out of my nozzle here. There we go. Just kind of get everything out. It's much easier to clean with the heat gun afterwards. Just center our wick here. Perfect. All right, you guys. So what we can do is, let's add our flower here, our little rose, gorgeous rose on the side. Just gonna grab my glass here and just clear it off. Now let's do a heart on this side. Let's do a little bit of chocolate. Pair of lips here. That's really cute. Let's do it on the other side as well. A small pair of lips at the back just to create some contrast. We do another chocolate. Do another one here. We kind of want it to look a little bit delicious, you guys, right? We love getting chocolate, that's for sure. Let's add another one here. A little heart. Another pair of lips here. Just kind of go around with it and decorate it. Let's do another heart here, a smaller one. Just squeeze it in. Perfect. I think we can squeeze in this sweet little one here as well. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna do another chocolate here. Just kind of fill it in. Gorgeous. Okay, so let me just do with the wick here. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a cut. There we go. there you go, guys. Our Valentine's Day candle. Gorgeous. All right, so what I usually would do is I'll put on a label. I'll do my warning label first at the back here. Put it on. Now I'm going to grab my front label here. There, so we're going to put our front label here, and I really like these see-through labels, to be honest. It really, when you're doing these decorative candles, you want to see through them sometimes as well, and this is just perfect. There you go. And since it's not a scented candle, we don't have to put the CLP. That's all right. So what I will do, I'll grab my box here, nice little foamy padding, put our candle in there. I'll grab my candle care card. I had a little bit hard now for Valentine's Day. I'm just going to put it in the back here. A bit easier to put it in first. There we go. And the top. There you go, you guys. Just for some inspiration. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Please follow and subscribe to my channel if you like what I do, and it helps me grow a lot. And yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.